YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Wanting to keep the upload streak going, and what we're going to be talking about today is the fact that we know what's coming this week, and I assume it is going to be a market crash, at least in a very specific market of cards, a very specific subset of cards. So it's not necessarily the combine cards, but we will talk about that and all of that in this video here today. And I know a lot of the times you guys be asking me how to make coins and everything like that. So this can apply to pretty much everything. Again, I kind of make these videos fairly frequently, I would say, but you can apply this to all types of content and just how you guys can prepare to sell your cards off and move the market, because one of the most important things in this game when it comes to making coins is not only obviously making the coins, but being smart with the coins that you have built into your team and making the most of that. So again, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, man. We now have a new goal. We have hit 3K again. Super shout out to you guys. Really appreciate all the support. We're on that road to 4,000 subs, man. So if you guys enjoy it, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. And let's go ahead and talk about the market and what I think is going to happen, this week. So taking a look here, we do have the expected content schedule here. So what I am thinking, we've already got AK icons. Roster Revolutions typically drops on Wednesday. And then we also have NFL free agency and Redux. So what I think that means is we more than likely get NFL free agency as well on Wednesday, I would assume. Again, that's just me assuming. And I'm assuming as well, because they're having a stream March 12th, at 7 p.m. that is going to be for Team of the Year release too. So we know that the Team of the Year cards are going to come out March 13th. Since they're revealing the cards March 12th, that means Team of the Year is going to release March 13th. So because we have Roster Revolution on Wednesday, that basically means NFL free agency and Redux, because it's in between Roster Revolution and Team of the Year, which is going to drop March 13th, which that is going to be, I believe, Thursday this week. Let me just make sure so I'm not saying that incorrectly. That is, I'm assuming, Thursday. So we can deduce that free agency and Redux are probably going to come out tomorrow, considering tomorrow's Wednesday. I would assume, again, that's just me assuming. But the most important thing that we're talking about here is Redux. Again, I've been yapping a little bit too much, so let's get back on track here. So cards that are Redux. If you don't know what Reduxes are, I'll go ahead and give a brief explanation, but if you already know it, feel free to skip forward. But what a Redux is basically making that the limited cards, the LTDs, are no longer limited. They are no longer locked to that specific time frame that they were limited for. It's basically another card that comes out. It is pullable in packs and pretty much has everything that the other card has. It's just non-limited. So it won't have that, 350k coin quick sale and all of those things. But that's basically what Reduxes are. So if we know that Reduxes are coming out, right? Let's just take a look over here at mud.gg, right? So if we go over here, let me flip the thing right here. Taking a look at a lot of these LTDs, cards like Emmitt Smith, Reggie White, Devin McCourty, William Perry, Gronk. If you have some of these cards on your team, Ronnie Lott, Mean Joe Green, who else? Jalen Waddle, Cooper DeJean. Some of these cards, granted, have already had their prices drop just because of Team of the Year or Combine, but I do imagine this market is going to go down even more than what it is at right now, based on what we're seeing here, essentially right now. So I'm saying all that to say, I think you guys should be selling your 96 LTDs, not your 96 like Combine cards, non-LTDs, the champion level cards. But if you have a 96 overall LTD, this is probably the highest the card is going to go for pretty much for the rest of the year. So, if you really think about it, you sell the card here, you can always buy it back at a cheaper price, whether that's the Redux or even the LTD if you want. The only thing that I would say is kind of, up in the air that we're not 100% sure about is these motivator cards. When it comes to these, because Emmitt Smith and like Reggie White, they have those the cheesehead motivator and then the 90s cowboy motivator. Obviously that, gives you a +1. If you have 5 components of that, it gives you +1 speed to all cowboys or Packers or Patriots or whatever the case may be. Again, just looking at it from that perspective. I don't know if that is going to be on those cards. So, you know, if you have these cards, maybe wait. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to say that. But any of the other cards that are LTDs, I definitely am confident enough in saying that, hey, you probably should get rid of these and just buy them back at a cheaper price. And how do I know that, you know, the highest cards or the Reduxes are going to be 96? Because 95s dropped recently. We don't have 96 Reduxes, so as you guys can see, that's pretty much what just happens. But let's take a look just at it as an example at the 94 overalls. Some of these ones that are more expensive, I probably won't take a look at, but I will take a look. Let me see at like the 94s, for example. So taking a look at the 94 overalls, pretty much each time there's a Redux drop, obviously this was more from like some of the other things that came out. Like I think this is around the Super Bowl promo, which is why these dropped. But honestly, you can expect these types of drops every time a new Redux set comes out. We did have the 95 Reduxes come out, I believe, March 5th. And as you guys can see, went 149 all the way down to 95K. So you can pretty much apply that to what is going to happen to the 95 market. So, you know, if you have 95 Reduxes, you can also, you know, look into selling them. Again, I do think it's dependent on the 95. So if your 95 is very sought after, definitely be more cautious in selling. But if you have some 95 Reduxes that really aren't like that much sought after, probably want to offload that and then just rebuy, because there will be more Redux cards in the marketplace because there's going to be Redux packs. It's going to be easier to get those cards. People are going to be pulling them more, which makes the supply go up. Demand goes down because the, you know, overalls of Reduxes have increased as well, which pretty much means almost guarantees that the price is going to go down. So that's why I say that specifically for the 95 overall Reduxes. But again, if we just take a look again, you know, comparing the non-LTD card, when his Redux actually did come out, we saw a very, very drastic drop. I don't know the exact day that this card came out. We can definitely, here, let me get out of, what's it called? So this card came out January 23rd, okay? So if we just take a look here at January 23rd, right? So it actually, surprisingly, his price actually didn't drop. But again, I do think it just makes more sense. So scratch what I was trying to say. I apologize. This is probably not a good example, but the whole point of what I'm trying to say is if the card basically holds its value, you should sell it, buy it back for the, you know, price that he, you know, the Redux is going for. The Redux pretty much was already cheaper the day it came out, and obviously his price went down and everything like that. But you're pretty much guaranteeing that, hey, you're selling off your limited, buying the Redux, and, you know, making the most of your coins, because then you can use that coin and that profit that you made from selling the LTD to the Redux, you know, going there and using the coins for something else and just having more coins available, more coins ready to go to potentially buy other players. You know, you never know, it might be that big of a difference. Again, it's just highly dependent on the card and everything like that. So that is the reason why I'm telling you guys to go ahead and do all of those things. So that is going to wrap it up today, boys. Hopefully that did make sense. Hopefully I was able to explain that to the best of my abilities for you guys to fully understand what I'm saying. But I do think that is, you know, what you guys should be doing. Again, that is what I'm going to be doing. I do have, you know, the only card that I still have, I actually never sold my Chris Jones. It was too late. I went out of town and the team of the year dropped, so his price already dropped. So I haven't sold mine, but I am going to sell mine in hopes of getting the Redux that does come out, because this is a 96 overall LTD, and that is going to be one of the Reduxes that does come out. So I'm going to go ahead and sell him here pretty soon, buy the Redux, or maybe even buy a different DT. But the point being is I'm going to do what I'm telling you guys in this video and apply it to that. That is why I have 13 million again. That's not the only reason. I do spend money on the game. I don't spend a lot, but the point being is that is how I've basically been able to use the coins that I've had all year and be able to build, you know, a God squad. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and we will catch you boys in the next video, man. And greatly appreciate all the support. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.